January 15th, on this day, in 588 BC, Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon began the siege of Jerusalem during King Zedekiah's reign. The siege lasted until July 23, 586 BC, leading to significant destruction and exile. In 1535, King Henry VIII declared himself the head of the Church in England, breaking away from the authority of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. In 1559, Elizabeth I was crowned Queen of England at Westminster Abbey in London, beginning her long and influential reign. In 1716, Philip Livingston, a future signer of the United States Declaration of Independence, was born. In 1759, the British Museum opened its doors to the public for the first time in Montague House, London, becoming one of the world's earliest public museums. In 1811, during a secret session, the United States Congress planned to annex Spanish East Florida, reflecting ongoing territorial ambitions. In 1842, Mary MacKillop was born in Melbourne. She later became the first Australian to be recognized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. In 1844, the University of Notre Dame was officially chartered in Indiana, founded by the Congregation of the Holy Cross. In 1865, Union troops captured Fort Fisher in North Carolina, securing a major victory for the North during the American Civil War. In 1870, the donkey appeared for the first time as a symbol of the United States Democratic Party in a cartoon by Thomas Nast. In 1892, the first basketball rules, written by James Naismith, were published in Triangle magazine, laying the foundation for the modern game. In 1896, Matthew Brady, the photographer renowned for his portraits and Civil War images, died, alone and nearly forgotten, in a hospital charity ward in New York City. In 1902, Abdulaziz ibn Saud led 40 men over the walls of Riyadh and took the city, marking the beginning of the Third Saudi state. In 1906, Aristotle Onassis, who would become a prominent business tycoon, was born. In 1908, Edward Teller, the Hungarian-born American physicist known as the father of the hydrogen bomb, was born. In 1909, Gene Krupa, an influential American jazz drummer, was born in Chicago. In 1919, a storage tank in Boston collapsed, sending over 2 million gallons, or 8 million liters, of molasses flooding through the North End. This event, known as the Great Molasses Flood, caused extensive damage and killed 21 people. In 1919, Rosa Luxemburg, a revolutionary and a co-founder of the German Communist Party, was arrested and murdered in Berlin for her role in the Spartacus Revolt. In 1919, peasants in central Russia staged a significant uprising against the Bolsheviks, reflecting widespread discontent following the Russian Revolution. In 1927, the Dumbarton Bridge opened in San Francisco, carrying the first automobile traffic across the San Francisco Bay. In 1930, Amelia Earhart set a new aviation record for women by piloting her Lockheed Vega to a speed of 171 miles per hour. In 1936, Japan withdrew from all naval disarmament talks in London after being denied equal status, marking a turning point in pre-World War II diplomacy. In 1944, the United States Fifth Army successfully broke through the German Winter Line in Italy with the capture of Mount Tracchio. In 1949, Chinese Communist forces occupied Tianjin after a 27-hour battle with nationalist troops, advancing their control in the Chinese Civil War. In 1953, cricketer Richie Benaud married Marcia Lavender in a ceremony at the Wesley Church in Sydney, Australia. In 1961, Berry Gordy signed the Supremes to Motown Records, launching the careers of one of the most successful girl groups in music history. In 1965, Sir Winston Churchill suffered a severe stroke, impacting the final years of his life. In 1967, 462 Yale University faculty members called for an end to the bombing in North Vietnam, reflecting growing war opposition. In 1973, 4 of the 6 remaining Watergate defendants pleaded guilty, marking a significant step in the unfolding political scandal. In 1976, Sarah Jane Moore was sentenced to life in prison for her failed attempt to assassinate United States President Gerald Ford. In 1991, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom approved Australia's request to establish its own Victoria Cross honours system, making Australia the first country in the British Commonwealth to do so. In 1992, Slovenia and Croatia's declarations of independence from the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia were recognized by the international community. In 2001, Wikipedia, an internet-based encyclopedia founded by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger, was launched. It has since become one of the world's largest and most influential online information resources. In 2009, Captain Chesley Sullenberger safely landed U.S. Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River after the plane flew into a flock of Canada geese, disabling both engines. All passengers and crew survived in what became known as the Miracle on the Hudson. In 2024, English singer Elton John won an Emmy Award for his television special Farewell from Dodger Stadium, completing his collection of Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. In 2025, a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was announced 15 months after the war between them began. The ceasefire took effect 4 days later and held for 2 months before fighting resumed.
Subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's events.